All right, guys. Hey, how's it going? So we start over once again, just to see if, well, welcome back, obviously, to the stream. What's happening is a day full of technical occurrences. So we've had issues with Navigraph, we've had issues with outputting the stream, and now hopefully everything is under control. So the airplane we're flying, the MD-11 today. TFDi Designs just dropped it last night. I intended to do a stream yesterday, but I guess I misjudged the popularity of the aircraft, and there was quite a bit of a queue to get the airplane and to get the flight started. So ended up being a bit late for me, and then the flight I had planned to showcase the MD-11 obviously ended up being delayed to such an extent that I would not be able to make real world commitments later on. So then here we are. We are just about to set off. We are on a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Hong Kong, and today this is our aircraft. This is the TFDi MD-11, and she is currently sitting on the ramp here at Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Sepang, and it's historically accurate. I believe in the early 90s, it was that Malaysia flew the MD-11s on a dry lease from Western Global. So you'll see that the registration of the aircraft is actually a November registration. However, it was completely operated by Malaysian Airlines, Malaysian crew and stuff. And I specifically chose this flight because there are some interesting characteristics of the MD-11 that we can exploit or fall short of, let's say. The aircraft is notoriously well known for high wing loading. So essentially what it means is the same smaller wing carrying a lot more weight, which essentially also means she needs to fly a little bit faster. The tailplane is the same size as the airplane that preceded it, the DC-10, despite it having the same, what do you might call it? Despite it having the same sort of body length and all that stuff. Good. So let me just jump in. It's just going to be like a fun flight, and we're trying to figure out exactly also how the MD-11 actually works. A bit of both. And I'm going to jump in here, and I'll tell you what we started off with. We started off here. We turned on the battery power, and then we turned on the APU. So the most interesting thing, well, the first thing, let's say, get the electricity on the plane, get people start working. And then we just loaded the aircraft with what SimBrief told us to do. As we used the Pratt & Whitney engines today, and that's where it was, November 273 Whiskey Alpha. So while we do the rest of the flight, let's go ahead and we can go ahead and start boarding the aircraft as well. Let's see if I reload SimBrief, I'll be on time. I mean, I've been trying to set this stream up for a few hours now. Hasn't really been working out my way. So we're going to request boarding. And in the meantime, let's go out here and let's commence our preparation for the flight. So IRSs in nav, 1, 2, and aux. Well, should go on 1, 2 aux. A cargo fire test is being carried out, I guess, automatically, which is quite cool. And I'll show you here the routing that we're going to be flying today. Yep, you'll be able to follow that on the top left of the screen, hopefully, without it actually getting in the way of the FMC. We're using FMC1. The database is finally up to date up to January 21st, and we're going to initialize our flight plan. So our flight today is from Whiskey Mike, Kilo Kilo, Kuala Lumpur, Sepang to Victor Hotel, Hotel X-Ray, the Hong Kong International Airport, the old one. We're using Malaysia Airlines Flight 72, Malaysian 72. It's going to be a call sign for today. And the alternate airport is going to be Guangzhou, Baiyun. Let's initialize the IRS, so it's going to initialize at this level here. Cruise levels, we're going to use a few, 350, 360, and 370. So we're going to let the airplane know. This 360 might seem odd to you, but there's a flight level allocation scheme within the South China Sea. I don't think Beyond ATC is going to respect that, but we'll see. If you were on VATSIM, you would notice. Cost index 72 is what I worked it out to be, and that's the flight sorted out. Good. Before we go ahead with loading the rest of it in, let's listen into the ATIS and let's figure out where we're going and what we're expecting to hear from, well, which runway we're expecting to fly out of today. So what will be the ATIS frequency? Let's go ahead and take a look at our taxi charts here. Let me get rid of the iPad for you. You don't need that for now. Oh, actually, you know what? We can take a look at the iPad. We don't need beyond ATC stuff. Let me bring the iPad back for you, and let's take a look. Let's screen through this, see what we can't find. So out of Hong Kong today, sorry, out of Kuala Lumpur today, parking stands. We're not. I don't think we're in Terminal 1. Not exactly. We're at the Terminal 1 satellite. So we're parked there. I think Charlie 3 is our stand, and we're trying to get the ATIS, and we're also trying to get the departure clearance shortly after we finish the FMC. So first frequency we're going to need is Lumpur departure ATIS 126.45. Let's go give that a listen. Let's tune that here. Wrong frequency. So you know what? Let's tune it on box 2. 12645. And let's listen.
Sepang. Advice on initial contact. You have information, Oscar. Kuala Lumpur Sepang Airport information, Oscar. 0708 Zulu. Wind variable. Visibility 10 miles or more. Scattered at 1800. Temperature 31. Dew point 23. QNH 1011. Landing runways 33. 32 right. Departing runways 33. 32 right. 32 left. Transition level 130. Temporary flight restrictions are in effect for Kuala Lumpur Sepang. Advice on initial contact. You have information, Oscar.
Okay, let's listen to that again.
Kuala Lumpur Sepang Airport information, Oscar. 0708 Zulu. Wind variable. Visibility 10 miles or more. Scattered at 1800. Temperature 31. Dew point 23. QNH 1011. Landing runways 33. 32 right. Departing runways 33. 32 right. 32 left. Transition level 130. Temporary flight restrictions are in effect for Kuala Lumpur Sepang. Advice on initial contact. You have information, Oscar.
All right, I think I got what I needed. So Oscar, it's variable, and I think runway 33, 32 right, 33 left. So what does that mean for us? It means that we can use whatever runway we want, provided it goes northbound, right? Go ahead and turn the iPad on again. From where we're parked, I think the best runway to get to is probably runway 32 right. And we'll take the Alpha 10 section, which is going to be full length as well. I don't think it's worth it to go all the way to 33 or 32 left, so I'm definitely counting on 32 right for departure out of Kuala Lumpur. So we can go ahead and plan the flight plan accordingly. Kuala Lumpur, SID, it's going to be runway 32 right. Great, and now we need to figure out what departure routing we've got. So it says that we're going to fly the Kimat 1 Delta departure to Kimat, which sounds good. Kimat 1 Delta. That's going to take us to Kimat with no transitions. Fantastic. Let's insert that into the flight. I'm just going to take a quick look here also at Navigraph to see what the Kimat departure looks like. Whoopsie. Charts, SID, Kimat 2 departure. Guess 32 right, RMP departures, Kimat 2 Delta. Yep. She's going to be somewhere here. So it goes out straight ahead right turn over the Cameron Highlands and back towards Kimat. I think this looks pretty decent to me. 3-2 right. Gonna go ahead and tag that in as well. Good. And moving on, so we have further routing from Kimat. We're gonna go ahead and select Airways. I'll take a quick look once again at SimBrief to see what airways we're gonna be flying. I'll show you guys as well. It's gonna be the Yankee 344 to Victor Papa Kilo. Let's go ahead and set that Yankee 344 to Victor Papa Kilo. The next one is the Lima 629er to Dolox. Let's go ahead and put that Lima 629er Dolox. Super. What's next? Mike 771 to Dumol. Mike 771. Okay, maybe I was a bit too fast on the clicking. Mike 771 to Dumol. Let's insert that. From Dumol on, it's an RNAV, it's an arrival into Hong Kong, but we got time to talk about that, so we'll do that a little bit later. Winds are in. Okay, so Youth Bob block. I don't know what those means, but I guess we have some time to put these up. How much fuel to go to the alternate? Let's go find out. Back we go to the iPad. So to go to the alternate is 3 tons-ish. Sorry, 4.4 tons. 3 is the final reserve. So let's go ahead and make the alternate fuel 7.5. So I'll tell it as soon as we get somewhere close to that 7.5, and then we'll bugger off to Guangzhou and think, oh, not allowed. Why not? Okay, maybe I don't know what's going on. Double clicking on this will bring the numbers in. Perfect. Button push ignored, no worries. Oh, I love that. I don't know how to actually go ahead and get it, but this is good enough as far as I'm concerned. For the most part, let's see if the progress page has something interesting for us. Not really. Initialization is done. Let's take a look at 2 pages, weight initialization and fuel initialization. Okay, don't know. Reference pages, don't know. Takeoff page. We'll come up with these numbers shortly. I think we have only one set of the numbers. It's 31 degrees, the outside air temperatures that we got from the format error. Okay, so we need to write 31C. So we need to tell exactly what units we're using. I remember that. Good, that's done. We can see here it says speed for minimum clean is 248 knots, which is interesting anyway. Good. What can we do? What else can we do? So I just wanted to let you guys know that there's going to be a little bit of VR here. I like to try out new airplanes in VR to see how they perform. So the taxi portion and the initial departure portion is going to be in VR. I think I've worked out things so you're not going to get nauseous. But if you do, obviously, I want to know about it, and then we work on it a little bit more. So the initial. Good. What else can we do whilst we wait? The boarding is ongoing. Let's finish some of the stuff up here. Engine ignition, I don't think we need that at the moment. Emergency power can be armed in case things go bad while we're still here. Passenger load, yeah, we can take a look. You don't need to see SimBrief for it, but just to demonstrate what the high wing loading does, we've gone for maximum zero fuel weight today. So we're going to have the maximum amount of passengers and the maximum amount of cargo, and that's going to work to 282. I'm not really sure why we put this here. I don't know if it has a... Uh-oh, please don't tell me. Oh, good. For a moment, I thought I had some sort of WASM crash. I can't seem to put the 2, but let me see. 2... Okay, let's go ahead and make it 280. Can't seem to change the last one there. In Kuala Lumpur, it can get hot. So let's just take a quick look. So since we were up there, it reminded me of something. Let's take a look at the air conditioning and see how warm or how cool the cabin is. 31 degrees. Not very pleasant, is it? So we're gonna go ahead and turn on the APU. Interesting way, you can go up there, and there's some way that you can turn on the APU here. You can see where it says APU, there's APU panel. Alternatively, if you just click APU power, it starts flashing, and essentially it's gonna start bringing the APU up when you need it. So the APU power is gonna come on, and we're gonna use the APU for the airflow as well. We're gonna turn this to full cold to make sure everybody is nice and frigid in humid Kuala Lumpur. And we'll go down here, we'll set up some of the lights, we'll get the panel lights on, we'll get the emergency lights armed. We need to have done that. We'll make sure the seatbelts are on and no smoking's on. Just because the passengers are on board the plane, nav lights can go on, beacon can remain off. We don't need any of those. High intensity is strobe lights, which I found out later. Windshield, usually we'd have these on at below 10,000 feet, just so that the windscreen is pliable in case we have bird strikes. So I'll put the windshield anti-ice and the on anyway. I believe it's done automatically on an MD-11, but because I'm not sure, we're going to go ahead and do it this way. APU power is on, the external power is on as well. Let's see, and let's get the APU bleed on. So that way you see how all the pack lights have disappeared up there. That's because the air is now flowing through. The isolation valves are on, so I guess they're all flowing through each other. So let's see what that looks like here on the schematics. APU air goes through 26 degrees, 28 degrees, 28 degrees, and it's going to go ahead and cool it to 18 degrees, which is cold. We don't need it that cold. Let's make it somewhere here. I like to keep the airplane a little bit on the chillier side, just because all the doors are going to be open while we're boarding, which we are, aren't we? Oh, I guess not. I had requested it, but maybe I didn't click it appropriately. So we'll pretend that the boarding is going through, and then when we're ready, we're ready. Maybe there's something else here. I remember seeing an auto brake RTO somewhere around here for takeoff mode. Let's see if we can find that. I think it's somewhere down here. Yep, there we go. Put on takeoff position, and I'll reset my view. I've considered buying Chase Plane. Why I haven't is because I've read that doesn't work very well in VR, and I'm trying to get a little bit more into the whole VR thing. So maybe not great for me, not yet. All right, power switches are off. I just want to make sure that all my peripherals work as expected. 3 engines. And overall, it looks to me to be all right. Let's go ahead and set this up. Nice. That's caged. We're going to go to, well, let's see. Let's set the QNH. It was 1011 here. And it's good that it syncs up there as well. I like using QNH, obviously. Oh, QFE disabled. Yeah, because I want QNH. In hectopascals, that's it. 1011 hectopascals. Why are you not in hectopascals? There we go. We're all in hectopascals now. Things I'll be using for the departure, I'll use the traffic map. I would like to know airports in and around. And I would like to know, I'll leave it on map mode. And that's it. I think that's it. This is all right. Weather brightness, push on and off. We'll sort all that out later. What we can do here at this point is to request an ATC clearance from Sepang delivery. We can find them on a different frequency. They're going to be available on frequency 126.0. Let's go ahead and set that up. All right. I've got a co-pilot with me because it's just easier. And we're going to request IFR clearance here.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, ready for airways to KTAC Airport.
KTAC.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, Lumpur delivery, expect runway 32 right, Kimat 1 Delta departure, squawk for the 705.
Kaimat 1 Delta departure. Squawk for 705. Malaysian 72 Heavy.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.65 when ready for pushback or engine start.
We'll contact ground 121.65 when ready for pushback or engine start. Malaysian 72 Heavy. Thanks.
12165 for ground when we're ready for push and start. 12165 is pre-selected. And it's nice to see that Beyond ADC already takes care of that. Parking brake, I guess that means that's on.
Redcap 715, ready to taxi to the active.
Let me turn down the volume of the ATC.
Redcap 715, runway 32 right taxi via uniform 4A Quebec, Quebec 4A Papa, Quebec 5 Papa 1, Charlie 1, Delta 1, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 1 2, Alpha 10.
Oh, shit. That's a lot.
Runway 32 right taxi via uniform 4A, Quebec, Quebec 4A, Papa, Quebec 5.
We'll turn it down a little bit
1,
as we
Charlie
discuss the rest
Delta
of it.
1, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo.
Good. 12165. I scratched it down just in case it didn't swap over automatically, but it seems to have done. Well, let's go ahead and focus on performance. Transition altitude 11,000. I'm just taking a look at the charts here. Yep, 11,000 in Kuala Lumpur. We need to work on takeoff performance and all this stuff. So we'll use the built-in EFB, and we'll take a look here. Performance of departure. Kuala Lumpur, we're departing runway 32 right. It tells you slope is minus 0.1. I don't know if you remember that this required it, so I'm going to go ahead and put minus 0.1 slash the wind. We'll just verify it's, well, we had variable, so I'm happy to use this a little bit of headwind. We can go ahead and modify that to 31 degrees. Altimeter 1011, which is what we had. And takeoff weight, we can get the weight. Flex setting doesn't have an optimum. Let's go for takeoff 2, see what it looks like, and then we'll come by. Optimum flaps, we'll keep the packs on because it's hot, and let's calculate. So it doesn't give me a flex temp, maybe because it's, let's see if I go takeoff 1.
Ramp Papa 2 taxi via Alpha 5, Alpha, Bravo 5, Bravo, Golf, Delta 2, Charlie 2, Charlie, Charlie 1, Papa 1, Quebec 5, Uniform 5. Ramp Papa 2 via Alpha 5, Alpha, Bravo 5, Bravo, Golf, Delta 2, Charlie 2, Charlie, Charlie 1, Papa 1, Quebec 5, Uniform 5, Redcap 205.
Okay, it hasn't given me a trust
Redcap
setting flex. All right, let's try that now.
for company traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, Redcap 715.
Okay, so it turns out she'd like me to flex to 59 using flaps 10.
Ava 228 heavy, contact Lumpur Tower 118.8. Have a good afternoon.
I'll turn down the headset capture a bit more
so it's not, Eva 228
so it's not too loud for you guys in the background. And let's go ahead and set this up. It wants 0.1. And what was the wind like? Headwind 3 knots. So minus 0.1 on the slope plus 3 knots. Maybe that's gonna work. All right, took it. Down 0.1, heading 0. Headwind 0.3. Flaps, we're gonna do a flaps 10 departure.
Malindo 807 at gate Papa 1
Check and
minor,
confirm
request
these
pushback.
speeds. 138.158.172. No, it's
Malindo
different.
807,
Gonna
Lumpur
go ahead,
ground, pushback approved.
148.
Face northeast.
Doesn't know the flex yet. You see, we try to
Pushback
fill
and
in
engine
all the
start
data.
approved. Face northeast,
Flex to
Malindo
59.
807.
48.62.72, 48.63.72. So close enough. We'll modify the VR. 163. Good. That's all in. We'll go ahead and set. We'll go ahead and set the minimum clean speed. That's
Redcap
248.
715, continue taxi.
And then we'll
Taxi,
sort
Redcap
things out.
715.
So she'll go to climb thrust at 1500 and accelerate at 3000. So it's an NADP. I don't remember which one. It's not important. We don't need to know. And what we can do is head on over to this interesting system here. It's called dial a flap. So you can choose which flap you want. So for our departure, we want our takeoff flaps to be 10. So essentially, you're moving the flap gate. to whatever flap setting you want. So you get to fine tune your flap setting. So we're going to put that to 10. And what I've got to do is remember to bring it back to 15 at the end of the after takeoff checklist. So it's going to be flaps 10 for departure. Very nice. For the most part, I think we are ready to go. And yeah, I mean, let's try it. So we'll do the start from inside the cockpit. We'll do the taxiing from outside. So let me just get, sorry, from in VR. So let me just get the taxi chart set up. Taxi routes for departure. It's actually quite a lot of taxi route. Oh. Okay, so we'll get the airport and airport info. Is there no way to pin these charts?
Malindo 807, request taxi to the active.
I guess not.
Malindo 807.
So we'll get the
Runway
taxi
32,
route sorted out and
right
then
taxi
taxi
via
later.
Uniform 4A, Uniform 3 Alpha, Uniform 3, Quebec 3, Papa, Quebec 5, Papa 1, Charlie
Let's
1,
turn off the
Delta 1,
external
Foxtrot,
power.
Bravo, Bravo 1, 2, Alpha
And
10.
let's get him disconnected. Disconnect GPU.
Runway 32, right
We
taxi
can
via
close
Uniform
the
4,
2L
Uniform 3
door.
Alpha, Uniform 3, Quebec 3, Papa, Quebec 5, Papa 1, Charlie 1, Delta 1, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 1, 2, Alpha 10, Malindo
Pitch for
807.
takeoff. Let's go ahead and get the nav sorted out.
Malaysian
She's ready
853,
and
Bravo
profile
54,
armed.
request pushback and
There
engine
we go.
start.
I think for the most part, she should be ready to go.
Malaysian 853, Lumpur ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest. Pushback and engine start approved.
Let's get
Face
the
southwest, Malaysian 853.
Let's get the jetway disconnected. And we can prepare the aircraft for pushback and departure. While we're waiting for the pushback and departure, I don't know if I actually need to physically push any of these hydraulic pumps or they, whoopsie, no, do auto. So it was flashing at me because I touched them. So don't touch them. It will handle it by itself. We'll use Igniter B today for the flight. And let's get the beacon lights on so that everybody knows we're about to push. And let's go find the transponder. There we go. Let's put this on transponder altitude reporting on. Transponder on. Transponder only with the altitude reporting on. Good. And they are ready for push. So let's request.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, Gate Charlie 5, request pushback and engine start.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, Lumpur ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast.
Pushback approved, face northeast. Malaysian 72 Heavy.
Malaysian 2640, Ram Bravo 12.
Okay, so for me,
request pushback.
northeast is this way. So off to the right. That looks like
Malaysian
northeast to me.
2640, Lumpur ground, hold position for company traffic.
Hold position, Malaysian 2640.
Malaysian 853, request taxi to the active.
They've got a separate TCAS mode itself. That's cool.
Malaysian 853, runway 32, right taxi via Tango
Let's
2,
remove the
Tango 4,
chocks.
Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10. Runway 32, right taxi via Tango 2, Tango 4, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Malaysian 853.
Pushing nose right, parking brake released. So I read the start sequence on this plane is going to be 3, 1,
Malaysian
2. So
2640,
right, left, center.
Lumpur ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southwest.
So the packs have gone off
Pushback
by
and engine
themselves
start approved.
in
Face
preparation for the
southwest,
start.
Malaysian 2640.
And we'll do that start just now. So we'll go to engines so we can monitor the start as it happens. We push the red button for the engine we wish to start. Or we pull, sorry. And we'll watch it go through. So the EPR gauge is up, EGT, temperature. So you can see all of that is starting. At about 15 N2, we're going to introduce some fuel. So N2 is there. Waiting for 15. We have 15. And we introduce the fuel. She'll light off shortly. All right, facing
Red
northeast.
cap 715. Contact Lumpur Tower 118.8. Bye-bye.
Over to Tower 118.8, Red Cap 715. Bye-bye.
That's one engine with a good start. Let's try the next one. We're in position.
Malaysian 605, Gate Bravo 9er, request pushback.
Set.
Malaysian 605, Lumpur ground. Pushback approved. Face northeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast, Malaysian 605.
Let's go ahead and start the next engine. Just waiting for the N2 to come up. There we go.
Malaysian 2640.
And a 15% N2, we've added fuel. You can see the fuel off messages.
Malaysian 2640, runway 32 right taxi via Tango 2, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
Runway 3 to right taxi via Tango 2, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Malaysian 2640.
Some tea for your throat.
Malaysian 1437, ramp Bravo 61 taxi via Alpha 5, Alpha Bravo 5, Tango 1, Tango 3.
Ramp Bravo 61 via Alpha 5, Alpha Bravo 5, Tango 1, Tango 3, Malaysian 1437.
To me, this engine looks to be similar to that one. Since we know that to be stable, I look for 2, 4, 6, N1, EGT, N2, 2, 4, 6. So roughly around the same number. It's just a bit cooler than I would have expected an older engine to be, but I'm pretty happy with that. So
Malaysian 605,
that's sorted out. And let's start the last engine.
Malaysian 605, runway 32 right taxi via Tango 1, Tango 12, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
Runway 32 right.
There you go.
1,
we
Tango
have
12, Tango 3,
N2
Foxtrot,
there
Bravo,
coming up
Bravo
now.
12, Alpha 10, Malaysian 605.
15%. Let's go ahead and
Malindo
start
807, contact Lumpur
fuel.
Tower 118.8. Bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.8, Malindo 807.
Philippine 528, ramp Charlie 28, request pushback.
Malaysian 853, contact Lumpur Tower 118.8. Contact Tower 118.8, Malaysian 853.
All right, to me that looks like a successful
Philippine
start.
528, Lumpur ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast, Philippine 528.
APAR is coming up to 1 point a little bit, so it's almost idle.
Malaysian 2640, contact
3,
Lumpur Tower
2,
118.8.
4,
Bye-bye.
6. That's another stable start.
Contact
Very
Tower
nice.
118.8, Malaysian 2640.
After start, let's go ahead and do some of our stuff. We don't need the APU power anymore.
Red cap 649, gate Quebec 3, taxi via Alpha 5.
To be fair,
Alpha,
I don't know how to turn it
Bravo
off.
5, Bravo, Golf Delta 2, Charlie 2, Charlie 1,
APU
Papa 1,
bleed can go
Quebec
off.
5, Uniform 5, Zulu 4, Yankee, Zulu 2,
And
Uniform 3, Uniform 3 Delta,
I don't
Uniform
actually
4.
know how to turn off the APU. I just pushed the power the last time when it came on. So
Gate Quebec
hopefully
3
that
via
goes
Alpha
off
5, Alpha Bravo 5,
by
Bravo
itself.
Golf Delta 2, Charlie 2, Charlie 1,
APU
Papa
power
1,
is
Quebec
available.
5, Uniform 5, Zulu 4, Yankee Zulu 2, Uniform 3,
We
Uniform
don't
3
need
Delta, Uniform 4,
engine
Red cap
ignition. That's off.
649.
It says not armed. Okay, so it needs to be armed. So let's keep the B armed then. What else? I think that's it. I don't know if she requires to have speed brakes armed. I think yes. Let's go ahead and arm the speed brakes. And let's set our flaps down to the dialer flap position. That was 10. And we'll watch it move. Where does it move? Let's look for the flap indicator. Flaps 10. But how do we know it's reached flaps 10?
Philippine 528, ready to taxi to the active.
Philippine 528, runway
Not
32
sure.
right, taxi via Sierra 2, Bravo
Maybe if we
Bravo
check.
12, Alpha 10.
Yeah, flapside 10.
Runway 32 right, via
Stabilizer
Sierra
is
2,
not
Bravo
exactly where it
Bravo
needs to
12,
be.
Alpha 10,
So let's see,
Philippine
it needs to be at
528.
5.6. Let's bring the stabilizer back.
Malaysian 1336, Ram Bravo 15, request pushback.
Red Cap 5883, Gate Papa 21,
Gosh, I
taxi
can't
via
get the
Alpha 5
5.6
Alpha,
right, can I?
Bravo 5, Bravo Golf Delta
There we
2,
go,
Charlie 2,
5.6
Charlie,
aircraft
Charlie
nose
1,
up.
Papa 1, Quebec
Let's
5,
take
Quebec,
the
Uniform 4A.
configuration we're happy with. Let's take a look at status.
Over to gate Papa
Miscellaneous
21 taxi via
TFDR
Alpha 5, Alpha Bravo 5, Bravo Golf, Delta 2, Charlie 2, Charlie, Charlie 1, Papa
So
1,
that's a
Quebec
digital
5,
flight
Quebec,
data
Uniform 4,
recorder.
Red Cap
It's found to be
5883.
off. To be honest, I don't know where the button
Malaysian
is.
605, contact Lumpur Tower 118.8.
So we're gonna leave it as is and
Contact tower 118
and
decimal
pretend
8 Malaysian
that
605.
it's an MEL item or something. I wonder
Malaysian
if we can
1336, Lumpur
check.
ground, pushback and engine start
Yes, we
approved.
can. It's all the way
Face
left.
northeast.
Pushback approved, face northeast, Malaysian
Let's go
1336.
forward. Let's go.
Philippine 528, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Okay, that's full left
Hold
rudder,
position Philippine 528.
full right rudder. So we've got everything sorted out. We're
Philippine
happy to go.
528, continue taxi.
I'm gonna request taxi, figure out where we're going,
Continue
and
taxi
then
Philippine 528.
we'll take it from there.
Philippine 528, contact Lumpur Tower 118.8.
Over to tower 118.8, Philippine 528.
Let's bring out the iPad so we can see where we're going.
Bangladesh 316.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, taxi for departure.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, runway 32 right, taxi via Sierra 5, Sierra, Sierra 4, Hotel, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
Runway
So,
32 right,
Sierra
via Sierra
5.
5, Sierra, Sierra 4, Hotel, Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Malaysian 72 Heavy.
Bravo 2 Alpha
Bangladesh
10. What the
316,
hell?
Lumpur ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast.
So we're gonna go right.
Pushback approved, face northeast, Bangladesh 316.
Sierra 4 Hotel Alpha 10. All right, doesn't seem too hard. We'll find a way there. Good. I think we're about to taxi. But what I'm gonna ask of you guys, folks, is a moment of your patience so I can go into VR real quick. I think it's gonna be
Malaysian
fun.
1336, ready to taxi to the
Just a
active.
second. Be right back.
Malaysian 1336, runway 32 right, taxi via Tango 1, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
Runway 32 right via Tango 1, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Bravo.
Alright, so we are, let me just quite a bit louder than what I anticipated.
Redcap 856, gate paper 8, right, request pushback.
Fantastic, so now we in VR and
Redcap 856 Lumpur ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast.
too difficult for you guys.
Pushback approved,
We are
face
just about
northeast,
to
Redcap
commence our
856.
taxi now. Excuse me while I just strap this in correctly. And here we go. Let's get the lights on. I'm not sure which one that is. That looks like nose lights for taxi.
Malaysian 7418, taxi for
Brakes released.
departure.
Here we go.
Malaysian 7418, runway 32 right taxi via Tango 1, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha
I
10.
have binding issues, so let me just go ahead and
Runway
rebind
32 right
my-
via Tango
my
1,
wheel.
Tango 3, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Malaysian 7418.
There we go. Now my tiller works again.
Malindo 5401, ramp Charlie 51 taxi via Alpha 5,
And let's get
Alpha,
going.
Bravo 5, Bravo, Bravo Niner, Bravo 12, Kilo, Hotel 3, Sierra 4.
Over
So
to
I
ramp Charlie
attempted to use
51 taxi
DLSS
via
on
Alpha
today's
5
flight,
Alpha
but
Bravo
I'm
5
gonna have
Bravo
to
Bravo 9
pause for a
Bravo
second.
12 Kilo Hotel 3
'Cause,
Sierra 4 Malindo
DLSS
541.
isn't quite working for me today. No, sorry, this is terrible. Let's go on here and let's make it back to TAA.
All aircraft be advised information Quebec now current, QNH 1010.
Altimeter 1010.
Redcap 856, request taxi to the active.
Redcap 856, runway 32 right taxi via Uniform 5, Quebec 5, Papa 1, Charlie 1, Delta 1, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
Runway 32 right via Uniform 5, Quebec 5, Papa 1, Charlie 1, Delta 1, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Redcap 856.
Redcap 825, gate key, low 2 taxi via Alpha 5, Alpha, Bravo 5, Bravo, Golf, Delta 2, Charlie 2, Charlie, Charlie 1, Papa 1, Quebec 5, Quebec, Uniform 4, Uniform 3 Alpha, Uniform 3. Over to gate kilo 2 taxi via Alpha 5, Alpha, Bravo 5, Bravo,
I'm a bit
Golf,
slow here
Delta 2,
'cause this
Charlie
doesn't
2,
look like
Charlie,
my
Charlie 1,
wing would
Papa
fit.
1, Quebec 5, Quebec, Uniform 4, Uniform 3 Alpha, Uniform 3, Redcap 825. Malaysian 7418, hold position for company traffic. I'll call you back.
So I can tell you the airplane loses a
Hold
lot of
position,
momentum pretty
Malaysian
quickly
7418.
as soon as the thrust is put on idle.
Redcap 856, hold
So I
position for company
think I'm
traffic.
gonna leave always a bit of residual thrust,
Hold position,
especially
Redcap
from the
856.
top wing there. Sorry, from the middle engine there. Taxiing at 7 knots at the moment. We're gonna turn left. We have a few moments to wait for at the runway by the looks of it. The nose wheel on this aircraft is fairly far behind the cockpit, so let's just see what a full lock here looks like. You see, I'm actually, by the way that this is going, I think I'm actually going to have undershot this turn, so I need to
Malaysian
open the steering
158
angle a
heavy
little
at
bit.
gate Charlie 24, request pushback and engine start. Malaysian 158 heavy, Lumpur ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast. Push pushback approved. Face northeast, Malaysian 158 heavy.
I'm gonna turn on the Beyond ATC stuff here so I can see what's going on. I'll just send you off to the right there.
Redcap 856, continue taxi.
Okay, so
Continue taxi, Redcap 856.
I like Beyond ATC because it makes the airports alive. This airport is a little bit too alive for my liking.
Banglastar 316, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Banglastar 316.
Let's see if we'll be asked to hold position. I think we just might,
Banglastar 316, contact Lumpur Tower 118.8. Have a good afternoon.
because obviously we can't go through.
Contact tower 118.8, Banglastar 316. Bye-bye.
Malaysian 1336, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Malaysian 1336.
I will hold short.
Malaysian 7418, continue taxi.
Continue taxi Malaysian
Let's get a
7418.
bit closer to the stop bar, to the stop line.
Malaysian 1336, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
This looks
Hold
appropriate.
position for traffic, Malaysian 1336.
Thrust levers are idle. Parking brake.
Malaysian 7418, hold position for company traffic.
Hold position Malaysian 7418.
So now I'm looking for ways
World
to make
Cargo
my screen
6607,
brighter.
Ram Charlie 81 taxi via Alpha 5 Alpha, Bravo 5 Bravo, Bravo 9er, Bravo 11, Sierra 2.
No, that's not quite.
Ram Charlie 81 via Alpha 5, Alpha Bravo 5, Bravo, Bravo 9er, Bravo 11, Sierra 2, World Cargo 6607.
Malaysian 158 heavy, ready to taxi to the active.
Well, by the looks
Malaysian
of it, I
158
think
heavy,
Bangladesh is
runway
giving me
32
space.
right taxi via Sierra 3 Hotel, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
Oh, no, I was wrong. He's moving.
Runway 32 right taxi via Sierra 3 Hotel, Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Malaysian 158 heavy. Malaysian 1336, continue taxi.
So
Continue
parking brake
taxi,
can go
Malaysian
back on.
1336.
Taxi light off.
Redcap 886, gate Papa 8 left, request pushback.
Malaysian 7418, continue taxi.
Continue taxi Malaysian 7418.
Malaysian 1336, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Malaysian 1336.
Malaysian 7418, hold position for company traffic.
Hold position for traffic Malaysian 7418.
Malaysian 1336, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Malaysian 1336.
Malaysian 158 heavy, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back. Hold position for traffic, Malaysian 158 heavy. Malaysian 7418, continue taxi.
Continue taxi Malaysian 7418.
Malaysian 1336, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Malaysian 1336.
Malaysian 1336, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Malaysian 1336.
Malaysian 7418, hold position for company traffic.
Hold position for traffic Malaysian 7418.
This seems like high intensity runway operation.
Malaysian 1336, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, Malaysian 1336.
I think he's waiting, so let's go ahead and
Malaysian
take this opportunity.
7418, continue taxi.
Oops, no.
Continue taxi Malaysian 7418.
Malaysian 1336, contact Lumpur Tower 118.8. Have a good afternoon.
So we're gonna head out after him.
Over to Tower 118.8 Malaysian 1336.
Busy time of the morning.
Malaysian 7418. Contact Lumpur Tower 118.8. Have a good afternoon.
Oh, what's that now?
Over to Tower 118.8 Malaysian 7418.
Oh, damn.
Red Cap 886. Lumpur ground.
Okay.
Pushback and
I
engine
wasn't
start
expecting
approved.
that.
Face northeast.
Pushback approved. Face northeast, Red Cap 886.
Let's get some power in the center. Because that
Lion
line's gonna
into
move
703
on
heavy,
the brakes.
Ram Bravo 63, request pushback and engine start.
Taxi lights on.
Lion
No
into
flights in
703
taxi.
heavy Lumpur ground. Pushback approved. Face southeast.
Pushback approved. Face southeast. Lion into 703 heavy.
Oh
Red Cap
no!
856. Contact Lumpur Tower 118.8. Bye bye.
Contact Tower 118.8, Red Cap 856.
I was hoping to get going before he shows up, but I guess at the end we are still waiting. Parking brake set. Tax light off. So I can tell you in VR, some of the double vision stuff that was that plagued the FS 2020 version still exists. So I don't see it as much. But for example, there's tuning this knob here for the frequencies. There is a little bit of the double cursor situation. A little bit of the double cursor situation.
Red Cap 886, request taxi.
Red Cap 886, runway 32 right, taxi via Uniform 5, Quebec 5, Papa 1, Charlie 1, Delta 1, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
Runway 32 right, taxi via Uniform 5, Quebec 5, Papa 1, Charlie 1, Delta 1, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Red Cap 886.
Lion into 703 heavy, request taxi.
Lion into 703 heavy, runway 32 right, taxi via Tango 3, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
I keep imagining that that plane
to
is
right
on
taxi
the
via Tango
takeoff
3,
already.
Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Lion into 703 heavy.
This seems more like a nice seating position. A little bit lower. Look at that.
Malaysian 2611, Ram Bravo 5 for taxi via Alpha 5, Alpha Bravo 5, Bravo Tango 2.
Ram Bravo 54 via Alpha 5 Alpha Bravo 5 Bravo Tango 2, Malaysian 2611.
I guess it's more arrival traffic.
Red Cap 5112 at gate Charlie 34, request pushback.
Red Cap 5112, Lumpur ground, pushback approved. Face southeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast, Red Cap 5112.
Oh no. There comes the big boy. We need to get going before he gets here. Come on, guys. You know, this is a bit non-standard, but let's go ahead and turn on our TCAS here to see what the deal is, where all these guys are. That's on TARA. And let's decrease our range here. And you can see there's someone here about 500 feet coming in. So I don't know if that's runway 33 or whether it's this runway here, but probably this runway, and hopefully nobody else behind it. Yep, looks like the last one for 3-2 right. There he is, or she is.
Lion Inter 703 heavy, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic. Lion Inter 703 heavy.
Red Cap 5112, request taxi to the active.
Red Cap 5112, runway 32, right taxi via Sierra for a hotel, Bravo 12, Alpha 10.
Runway 32, right taxi via Sierra 4, Hotel Bravo 12, Alpha 10, Red Cap 5112.
Oh my god,
Green 503, gate Charlie 25, request pushback and engine start.
Super Green 503, Lumpur ground, pushback approved, face northeast.
We're gonna be here till
Pushback
Christmas.
approved, face northeast,
Yes!
Super Green
He's going around.
503.
Come on, line him up. Line him up. That guy's gone around. Yes, perfect.
Malindo 2107, ramp Bravo 17 taxi via Alpha 5, Alpha Bravo 5, Tango 1, Tango 12.
Okay guys, I'm gonna try something
Alpha 5,
interesting.
Alpha Bravo 5, Tango 1, Tango
So
1,
I'm gonna leave you
Malindo
guys looking at
2107.
this beautiful view while I just go out of VR real quick.
Red Cap 5112, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position, Red Cap 5112.
They're moving. Brakes released. Brakes released. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. No red cap, no red cap. Me. More power, more power. No! I didn't get the
Lion Inter
momentum.
703 heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Lion Inter 703 heavy.
So I'll just butt my nose in here.
Malaysian 72 heavy, contact Lumpur Tower 118.8.
Over to Tower 118.8, Malaysian 72 heavy. Bye-bye.
Alright, so this
Malaysian
essentially...
741, Lumpur Tower, continue.
Roger.
Hopefully that
Malaysian
checkmates
741.
the line inter and he can't go anywhere. Just a second folks, I'm gonna go try to move you guys.
Malaysian 7418, continue taxi. Red Cap 856, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Red Cap 856.
Malaysian
Runway 32 right, cleared to land. Malaysian 073.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They're all gone.
Banglasta 316, contact Lumpur departure
Finally.
135.25.
Contact Lumpur departure
Absolutely.
135.25,
Did I need to do
Banglasta
it?
316.
No. Did I want to? Yes. It's okay, it's just AI. I always say thank you to ChatGPT after using, so we're gonna be fine. Brakes
Malibu
released.
2406, Lumpur Tower, continue.
No! Oh my god, so I'll tell you one thing, the airplane takes its own sweet time to spool up and get going. In fact, my brakes are released.
Malaysian
Got quite a bit of
073,
power
exit
and
left
she is
at
not
Alpha
moving.
8.
Exit left at Alpha 8, Malaysian 073.
That's almost 40% N1 on all the engines to get her rolling.
Red Cap 886, ready for departure, runway 32 right.
Red Cap 886, hold short of 32 right, arriving traffic.
Affirmative, hold short of 32 right for traffic, Red Cap 886.
Okay, so I'm gonna request departure in sequence.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, ready for departure. Runway 32 right.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, number 2 for departure. Hold short of 32 right.
Affirm, hold short of 32 right for traffic. Malaysian 72 Heavy.
So let's just see how much it takes to get her moving, right?
Malaysian 741, wind 240 at 5, runway 32 right, clear to land.
About 36% and one
right,
on
clear
all
to
the
land.
engines.
Malaysian 741.
And she's still not moving.
Malaysian
go ahead.
073, monitor ground 121
And
decimal
let's give them
65.
up to 40%.
Ground 121.65, Malaysian 073.
Lumpur Tower,
Two of
Malindo
them.
503, ELS runway
Still
32 right.
nothing. My guess is that
Malindo
there's an
503,
uphill
Lumpur
here,
Tower,
and we're kind
continue.
of stuck on it.
Wilco Malindo 503.
Malaysian 158 heavy, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, Malaysian 158 Heavy.
42%, and we're just barely moving. So there's the arrival traffic, I see him.
Super Green 503, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, Super Green 503.
So for reference, next time at
Malaysian
least
158 heavy, continue taxi.
42% and one to
Continue
get her
taxi,
rolling.
Malaysian 158 Heavy.
Super Green 503, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Super Green 503.
That's Super Green behind us.
Malaysian 158 heavy, hold position for traffic.
Hold position, Malaysian 158 Heavy.
Super Green 503, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position, Super Green 503.
Heard him say hold position for a long
Malaysian
time.
741, exit left at Alpha 5. Exit left at Alpha 5, Malaysian 741.
Lumpur Tower, red cap 883, ILS runway 32 right.
Red cap 883, Lumpur Tower, continue.
Nope, sorry, they're not going to do the
We'll go
ILS
red cap
because they're going to
883.
get deleted. Else we're going to be here again.
Malindo 2406, go around. Fly runway center line, maintain 4,500 feet.
Going round. Fly runway center line, maintain 4,500 feet, Malindo 2406.
Malindo 2406, contact Lumpur radar 120.35. Talk to you in a minute.
Contact Lumpur radar 120.35, Malindo 2406. Talk to you in a minute.
Red cap 886, Lumpur Tower, wind 240 at 5, runway 32 right, clear for takeoff.
Alright, that's
Runway
a few
32
planes
right, cleared
deleted.
for takeoff, red cap
Hopefully that means
886.
we're going to go next. If this red cap can get going. Okay. My brakes are still released. 42% we discussed last time.
Lumpur Tower,
Let's
red
bring
cap
her up.
6035, ILS runway 32 right.
Red cap 6035, Lumpur Tower, continue.
Wilco, red cap 6035.
He doesn't sound well paid. It feels wrong using more than 40% in one, but she's just not moving.
Malaysian 158 heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Malaysian 158 Heavy.
Super Green 503, continue taxi.
Oh my god.
Continue
it's got
taxi,
to
Super
stop.
Green 503.
So I can tell you beyond ATC doesn't seem to respect minimum runway occupancy times.
Super Green 503, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position, Super Green 503.
Fantastic. Now we're gonna have to wait for a few more guys. It doesn't seem to me like it's
Red cap
using anything,
5112, hold position for traffic.
anything other than runway 32 right.
Hold position red cap 5112.
It's gonna take
Malaysian 774, hold position for traffic.
Hold position Malaysian 774.
Red cap 883, wind 240 at 5, runway 32 right, clear to land.
Runway 32 right, clear to land, red cap 883.
Red cap 886, contact Lumpur departure 135.25.
Contact Lumpur departure 135.25, red cap 886.
I'll get the parking brake on. There he is. How do we check how much fuel we've used so far? Maybe if I click fuel. No, it doesn't tell me. Or does it? 350, 300, 350. I guess that's how much I've used. Can I line up now?
Red cap 883, exit left at Alpha 8.
Exit left at Alpha 8, red cap 883.
Malaysian 72 heavy, runway 32 right, line up and wait.
Yes,
Line up and wait. Runway 32 right, Malaysian 72 heavy.
let's give it some juice.
Red cap 5112, continue taxi.
Let's put
Continue
this
taxi,
on
red cap
the landing
5112.
position. High intensity lights can go on.
Super Green
Cabin crew,
503,
prepare
continue
for
taxi.
departure.
Continue taxi Super Green 503.
Malaysian 158 heavy, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic Malaysian 158 heavy.
So here's something interesting about
Super Green
the
503, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
MD-11.
Hold
We don't
position
need to
Super
push
Green
toga.
503.
Once the N1 reaches above 70, she
Red
just
cap 883,
does her
monitor
thing.
ground 121.65.
Ground 121.65, red cap 883, bye-bye.
Malaysian 72 heavy, Lumpur Tower, wind 240 at 5, runway 32 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway.
There we go, guys.
32 right, cleared for takeoff. Malaysian 72 heavy.
Lights are on. We're clear for takeoff.
Malaysian 158 heavy, continue taxi.
Engines are stabilized.
Continue taxi Malaysian
Now let's
158
take her up.
heavy.
Red cap 5112, hold position for traffic.
Hold position, red cap 5112.
Super Green 503, continue taxi.
Continue taxi Super Green 503.
I seem to have done something wrong.
Red cap 5112, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, red cap
That's
5112.
V1.
Red
we
cap
rotate.
5112, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, red cap
Landing gear
5112.
up.
Super Green 503, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic Super Green 503.
Malaysian 774, continue taxi.
Continue taxi Malaysian 774. Malaysian 158 heavy, ready for departure, runway 32 right.
Malaysian 158 heavy, runway 32 right, line up and
Climb
wait.
thrust, pitch, nav 1, 180.
Line up and wait, runway 32 right, Malaysian 158 heavy.
Malaysian 158 heavy, Lumpur Tower, wind 240 at 5, runway 32 right, clear for takeoff.
That was exciting.
Runway
Not
32
sure why
right,
it
cleared
didn't
for
clamp on
takeoff,
properly
Malaysian
for takeoff.
158 heavy.
Malaysian 72 heavy, contact
We're
Lumpur
accelerating
departure
now.
135.25.
Contact
We
Lumpur,
can take
departure 135.25, Malaysian 72 heavy. Lumpur departure, Malaysian 72 heavy. Good afternoon, 3,600 feet.
Malaysian 72 heavy, Lumpur departure identified. Climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight level 170, Malaysian 72 Heavy.
Let's go ahead and set flight level 170. Slats up. I was hoping to see the Petronas towers. Alright, through a little bit of cloud, TAT's 27, no icing conditions. Oh, we can see parts of downtown KL there. Central.
Lumpur departure, Malaysian 158 Heavy, 1,900 feet.
Malaysian 158 Heavy, Lumpur departure identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190, Malaysian 158 Heavy.
Okay, we're speeding a little bit here. Let's bring the speed back to 250 knots. There it is, downtown KL. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's just off to the between the B pillar here, or I guess it's a B pillar or an A pillar, and the top of the glare shield. I think we'll be flying right past it, so we'll get a good view. Tell you what, let's keep this pitch speed for 250.
Lumpur departure, Super Green 503, 1,600 feet.
Nice. Pitch for the selected 250.
Super Green 503, Lumpur departure identified.
There you go. You see it's gone white. That's because it's selected.
Climb
so
to flight level
weird,
170,
like push like
Super
a
Green
Boeing, but also
503.
kind of like pull like an Airbus. It can get a bit confusing. Let's keep 250 knots until we point in the right way.
QNH 1010.
Oops, altimeter 1010. Through 10,000 feet. Oh frick, I haven't done any of this. So a little bit occupied with holding on to the plane for dear life. Tax lights can go off.
Malaysian 853, contact Lumpur control 126.1.
Center on 126.1, Malaysian 853.
Which is 310 knots. And this essentially allows me to have a nice, almost level segment while we accelerate, so we can take a look at downtown KL. There it is. Oops. Maybe this is a good pitch. Some great food down there, I'm sure. Alright, just one more turn and then we can turn on the autopilot. .5 miles from Kilo 705. We'll commence that right turn now.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, contact Lumpur control 132.6. Bye bye.
Contact Lumpur control 132.6, Malaysian 72 Heavy.
We're doing nearly 2,500 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We've reached our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet and we're looking at a smooth ride. Whoops, wrong button.
Holy shit.
Bravo, it's almost
Looks like we're right there in the plane with you.
Okay.
Let's keep this one between us.
Find the autopilot.
You got it?
Because people
Just
are
you,
being
me, and the
professional.
rest of this frequency.
Lumpur Control, Malaysian 72, heavy, passing flight level
That's the first time that's
147
happened
for
to
flight
me.
level 170, direct Majip.
Malaysian 7 to heavy Lumpur control. Good afternoon, identified. Climb to flight level 350.
Climb to flight level 350, Malaysian 72 heavy.
Level 350 is set. I'm trying to turn off this auto brake here. Turns out I can't. Okay, so we'll have to find a 2D way of doing that after. And I'll just stow my speed brakes if I can. Done.
Scooter 486, Lumpur control. Expect radar vectors, runway.
Alright guys, that was fun. We're flying over the Genting Highlands now. If you just give me a second, I'm gonna go off
Scooter 486, radar vectors, runway 22. Report ready for descent.
Radar vectors, runway 22, ready for descent, Scooter 486.
Alright, we're back. Good.
Scooter 486,
So
descend
that
to flight
was
level
all VR. It was
177.
all pretty fun. I had a good time there.
Descend to flight level 177, Scooter 486.
And we're still on a flight to climb to 350.
Scooter
I mean, I hope it wasn't too much for you guys.
Turn right, heading 330, vectors
To me,
for
that
the
was fun.
approach.
So let me know. I'm
Turn
curious
right,
to see
heading 330,
guys
Scooter
having an
486.
alright situation with the movement and having to wait, because we did spend a decent amount of
Scooter
time
486,
in the VR
QNH
itself.
1009er. Expect the visual approach, runway 22.
QNH 1009er, expect the visual approach runway 22, Scooter 486.
Scooter 486.
So we're just
Turn
past
right,
the
heading
waypoint
330,
Kimat here, where we're
descend
not
to
going to be using
4,200 feet, QNH 1009er.
VO. Sorry, we're not going to be
Turn right,
using
heading
these charts
330,
anymore.
descend
So
to
let's see if I
4,200
can
feet, QNH
reset the video
1009er,
here.
scooter 486.
Has a little bit of struggle when it comes out of VR. So there we are. Got the airplane
Firefly
airborne. The
1160,
takeoff didn't
ground
exactly
for
pan
control,
out the way I
expect
expected
flip
it
to
would.
Mike, runway
We
15.
had a moment
Expect flip to Mike,
moment-ish
runway 15,
where
Firefly 1160.
what's the best way to describe it? Where we
Jetstar
overboosted the
Asia
aircraft on takeoff,
516,
essentially.
Lumpur
So
control,
what I'm going to do
expect
is
lebar 2 Alpha,
I'm going to
runway
figure out where I
02
went
left.
wrong, because if I'm not mistaken, there's no
Expect
toggle
lebar 2
buttons here,
Alpha,
which
runway
is
02
supposed
left,
to sort of
Jetstar Asia
take the rest
516.
of the throttle once we get to 70%. But that's not what happened. Actually, went quite a
Dynasty
bit further.
732, contact
So
Singapore Center,
yeah, we'll figure that out.
123.7.
Another thing we need to do here is find out why I
Contact
can't
Singapore
turn off
Center
the
123.7, Dynasty
in VR.
732.
So I'll tell you right now, it's about 50-50 doing this in VR. The
Lumpur control,
reliability
red cap
isn't too tight.
886, climbing flight level 142 for flight level
It's cool,
170.
but there's still a lot of double vision and stuff like that from the previous
Red cap
iterations of the game.
886, Lumpur control
Sorry,
identified. Climb to flight level 340.
Of the MD-11 from
Climb
before at least. Hold on, let me turn down beyond ATC because it turns out you can't hear me. Yeah, so that's essentially. I mean, we'll see what we can do about it, right? I mean, let's hopefully. I'm a bit skeptical about going into VR with it, but I think it's going to make amazing. It's going to look pretty nice, and then we'll park in, and then we'll step out, and we'll see what's happening. All right, so let's move on now to the chill part of the flight. We can just chill, and then let's see what goes on. So my iPad unfortunately needs a little bit of charge. It doesn't seem to. Well, she's gone. So we're gonna have to go charge that, and then we can take a look at the routing and what we've got planned for the rest of the flight. I'm not entirely sure if I now unplug it, if we're gonna be able to get it back onto OBS for it to then show us what's going on. Let's take a look at some of the systems. So let's take a look at air. Yeah, obviously we want to make sure everybody's fine. It's commanding 22. They're doing about 22.94 in the cabin, so it's quite cold here. This part is where you put the like pharmaceuticals and stuff, colder stuff if you need it. No zone temps and 80 passengers. I think you do that so that the airplane's air conditioning knows how many passengers there are, and then it adjusts the output temperature from the packs accordingly so that it can satisfy the zone temperature. I think that's how it is. So landing altitude is automatic. We're climbing at 270 foot per minute. The altitude's about 5,200 feet. And at the moment, we've got a differential pressure of 7.1. So it's just handled all of that on its own, which is fantastic for an airplane that was built quite a bit earlier, later, in the 80s, I think it was, wasn't it? So the GI nav there stands for GPS inertial nav. See, climb thrust for 350. Everything's going bog standard. I mean, I've got nothing to say. Didn't warn me passing transitionals, dude. So at the moment we're still flying. There we go. Was pull for the. I think what's happened was I accidentally did pull for the standard, and then I reset it so that it probably thought that I was aware. Let's also go ahead and let people off on the seatbelts. And this is back then in the time, so they can't smoke. So enjoy your cigarettes, folks. Here it is, Econ climb at 310. We're climbing to just below the optimum, and the maximum is going to be 389. I didn't realize you could do this. Maybe I should have done that earlier. All the traffic shows up as blue as well. It's mostly blues, pinks, and whites are the fixed. There's a certain cool about it. 6 screens. Really cool. This is obviously minimal. It takes a little bit of use to get used to. It takes a little bit of time to get used to. And I'm also now looking for a way to increase the brightness of my screens. I don't remember where it was, but we are definitely gonna find it. So, is this it maybe? No, that's some sort of panel lighting. Flight guidance system, I'm gonna say FGS. Yeah, that sounds right. But we're looking for each instrument's brightness, which might be down here. Yeah, that sounds about right. Right below the engines, exactly where you want to be fiddling about during flight. I love the, okay, I gotta say that seems like a bit of an oversight, but other than that, it's all cool. I think it's a lot more difficult in the sim than it is in real life. Like you just lean under and you twist. Okay. When it says altitude like that, I get the impression that I've got the altitude, but clearly still doing A-okay. Let's see. Seems like we're getting some sort of interaction. Magenta and blue is cool. Ask Air India about it. Yeah, you think they were adjusting their brightness when they I don't know. Okay. So we're leveling off at 350 at Victor Papa Kilo. This is designed this way to remind people about Christianity, which is a minor joke, joke. But let's see. So we're holding at 350 thrust, nav 822, which is the profile, and everything seems to be going smooth. Everything seems to be going okay. I don't need to put this on off like we do on an NG. So which is already miles ahead. So we discussed the air system. I mean, everything looks okay. 22, 19, 20. Looks good. So let's go ahead next and let's take a look at conseq. What's conseq? Oh, consequences. All right. Sounds ominous. Let's take a look at the engines. Well behaved. So fuel, that's how much we have on board. Tells you your cabin altitude, cabin rate there anyway. EVM comp, EVM terms, I don't know what that means, but I guess this is a nacelle temperature, 99 degrees at the nacelle, which is not bad, warm. Yeah. Let's take a look at our electrics. I don't know what any of that means, so I see a lot of green, so that's great. Let's go take a look at miscellaneous. I guess the DFDR is in fact working. And I figure it didn't work initially because the engines were off, so obviously we weren't expecting it to work now, were we? So, yeah. Let me give you some information about how long we have left in the flight. So the flight time is expected to take, I think it was close to 3 hours, wasn't it? So let's see here in dispatch. Maybe they've got something. It doesn't actually say. I think a little bit more work could be done on this EFB. So let me just jump into my browser here and take a look at SimBrief to see how long the flight's going to be. 3 hours and 18 minutes airtime. But that's like 2.5 hours really, because you also have to spend some time descending. Why does ATC sound like that? Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about how ATC sounds for you? I'm having audio issues, so obviously I'll be able to tell you, like, is something wrong with the ATC volume, or is it what's wrong with ATC? Oh, it sounds echoey. All right, hold on a sec.
Heading to 80.
Turn left, heading to 80, scooter for 86.
Okay, tell me how it sounds now. I think it should be doing better.
Scooter for 86, turn left, heading to 80.
Turn left, heading to 80, scooter for 86.
I'm not entirely convinced, because what I'm trying to do is, I think the ATC comes out in two different zones, so you hear it also You also hear it in my headset and what my mic is picking up from the desktop. Better but loud. The volume was better earlier. And how's the volume now? What do you think? I'm just setting her further back. Dots. Maybe it's more acceptable now. We need to play about with these things to figure out the right way. The chat is slow. Yes, that's true. I'm gonna try one more thing just to see if maybe I can do a little bit better, because right now the ATC is also in my head, which I don't necessarily want. So I'm gonna send them back out, and then you should be able to hear the flight sim separately as a low rumble, and you should be able to hear the air traffic also sort of separately, but still available. So just give it about 30 seconds. Let me know what it sounds like now. Thank you for helping me sort out the technical issues. I think what you're also hearing is what the mic captures out of the desktop. So that's why there can be a little bit of a like an echo. So for whatever reason, it can hear clearly, which it shouldn't. But let me know if you still get that echo or not. Yeah, flight time 3 hours and 20 minutes, as we discussed. It's supposed to be a block of 346, but I think we spent way too long taxiing around and waiting for the call for. Sorry, we're waiting for. As we were waiting for the rest of the traffic to depart and then get going from Kuala Lumpur. So I've got Beyond ATC set to real world traffic scale. So if it's busy in Beyond ATC now, most likely it is actually busy in Kuala Lumpur at the moment as well. But I felt that it was a bit too long to wait. So we did some special military operation maybe to try get this sorted out for us. Also, while you're here in chat, how was the VR for you? I'm curious if it was not too jittery, too shaky, and if you found everything acceptable and pretty, at least half decent would be nice. Meanwhile, let's take a look. So the APU power did turn off. It found a way to turn off on its own. That shows you how much fuel you have in each tank as well. It's pretty cool. There's a tail tank with about 6 tons of fuel in it at the moment. Oh, shame you weren't here for the VR, because we also had a short time where we could see the I guess the Petronas Towers, downtown KL, and we did spend quite a bit of time just like waiting around in traffic, waiting for people to depart, which was obviously boring. And I'm having now a discussion with myself about whether we're going to keep the VR for the arrival into Kai Tak, which I think will be really cool to have. But it's going to be a performance hog, and it's also likely going to be oh, sorry, I just realized my Twitch stopped running. Interesting. It's going to be a performance hog A, and it might not be as enjoyable in VR, especially if there's like head movement and stuff like that, you know. Let's see. Kai Tak, yes, VR. Okay, so it's gonna be a VR party. We're gonna be all over the place, gonna spin around, and it's definitely gonna be fun. So, I would love to get this yoke out of the way because there's things there that I would love to see. There's some differences, so let's see if we can read it. So, if no N1 rotation 30 seconds after N2 idle, shut down and investigate. If no N1 rotation by 40% N2, shut down and investigate. Oil temp must be above 50 degrees before takeoff. Oil temp rise must be noted before takeoff. So this is the first time I'm flying the Pratt& Whitney engines. If you are familiar, maybe you're not. So this is what Pratt& Whitney uses. Let's take a look through them as we can see what the Pratt& Whitneys use. I think it's interesting. It's not something that I use very often, and to me, it's a little bit confusing to fly with. So Pratt& Whitney, they like to use EPR, the engine pressure ratio. So it's the difference between the pressure at the front of the aircraft and the back of the aircraft, and that's what you use to fly the airplane or to control the thrust rating of the airplane, as opposed to the spinning of the fan that General Electric and CFM uses, which is N1, which is why EPR is right all the way up there. I still find myself looking for N1 and then seeing how they behave, because this to me is a completely foreign concept. But that's primarily for me how I see the big difference between the GE engines and the EPR. So we're in contact with Singapore Center 123.7, and we'll be with Singapore, I think, for quite a while. I think we're going to be with Singapore Center until I want to say we switch to either Manila or we switch to Ho Chi Minh. Yeah, so it's Singapore, Ho Chi Minh, then I think for a short time might be Sanya, and then Hong Kong. So only 4 FIRs to go through. So what are some things that you'd be doing in cruise right now? Let's see. If we were in cruise right now, obviously we just kick back, grab yourself a cup of coffee, which we're gonna do shortly. Excuse me. We'll take a short break, and in the meantime, let's see what we got here. We'll just take a look at our flight, you know. So at the moment it's minus 54. That's the wind. Blah 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 blah. Next, there's a bunch of stuff written here. I don't think we're gonna go up to 360. It's nice. It's nice that we've planned it, but to me it seems that it's not likely that we're gonna use it, right? So yeah, so that's why it has us at 360 here, which is unlikely. So maybe if there's a way I can go ahead and change it, perhaps on the init page. So let's go ahead and make it 350 or 370 only. Yeah, that works. And if you go here to progress, there you go. She knows we're at 350 the whole time. We're expecting to land at Hong Kong with 8.6 tons of fuel, which is good at the moment. We're not concerned with maximum takeoff weight or maximum landing weight. What we were concerned about was maximum zero fuel weight, because we departed full of cargo, full of people, and we're trying to do the late 80s, early 90s Hong Kong Tiger economy thing. So things are popping off in Hong Kong, and that's where we're gonna go. What else would we look at? The flight plan, no discos at the moment. Yes, there is. I mean, there's the alternate flight plan. Do this, and then we need to select an arrival from that point on, which we have not yet done. How would one go about doing that? Oh, let's see if we can't request winds. How do we request winds? Let's go to the menu page. ACARS. En route. Okay. Maybe pre-flight. Weather. Nope. Init data. Okay. No, please don't clear everything. I thought there might be a way to request the winds, but I guess no. So all it says is a headwind of 0 knots, which might not be the case, but I can't be asked to put all the winds in, so that's all right. The plane will know when we get there. It's not that long. It's okay. What else can we look at? And then we just look at general status of the aircraft. So it's got one of these master caution systems, like you find on the 737s, but I'm curious how to get it to recall any problems that it's had. I think that's the consequences page. So there's a page so you can go see what the consequences of your actions are. If you're a disappointment or not, that kind of stuff. Maintenance, let's see. Annunciator test, no, we don't want any of that. ACARS again. En route. Flight log. Flight log, nothing. Weather, okay, it gives you METARs there. Receive messages. Okay, so I can't find a way to request the wins. It's something I'm gonna have to look up shortly, and we'll see what we can do with that. Is it just me, or is ATC suddenly really quiet? Like there's nothing going on frequency. Cool, so let me tell you a little bit about the MD-11 from outside then. Here she is. So the MD-11 is essentially a modernized version of the, let me actually move myself to the other side because I feel like I'm in the way of the plane. Or make myself smaller, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so the MD-11 is essentially a modernized version of the original DC-10. So how that worked, what they did, a few of the things that they did was obviously, I guess, new engines, and they worked on these winglets. They are not just for show, they actually do quite a bit of fuel savings by the sounds of it, about 4% it was. And they changed it from a 3-man cockpit to a 2-man cockpit, which honestly a really good cockpit. We are dealing with McDonnell Douglas, you know, these are the guys who are now running Boeing into the ground. But at some point they were a decent company, and you know, they did the thing that they do best. They updated an old airplane, but this was good. So this has some interesting characteristics. So one is the high wing loading, as you may have heard of before. We definitely did discuss it earlier in the stream if you were around. Essentially the same wing. If you can see, they're kind of shorter and stubbier than you would imagine for an airplane this size. And this wing carries a lot of weight. So the whole airframe, 3 engines, the tailplane, all the electronics and the people. So this wing is very heavily loaded. So there's not a lot of maneuver room for additional loading, G loading or maneuvers or any of that. So how does it compensate? Is essentially it speeds up. Everything is done a little bit faster. So what that means for us in our rival airport in Kai Tak is, with that sharp turn for the IGS runway 13, we are going to be doing that relatively quickly, rather fast. Yeah, so that's our primary concern. At least at sea level, because if you had to also contend with things that were above sea level, you'd really have to slow her down. Energy management on this plane is key, which is why I'm flying it, because I want the satisfaction of a well-managed approach. Furthermore, this aircraft is susceptible to bouncing. You come in too slow and you lose, not the lift. Let's say you come in too slow and yeah, you lose the lift, or I don't know, you slam into the runway. Now you've got a problem. Maybe you crash. Maybe I don't know, something bad happens. You come in too fast and you flare too much, you end up skipping off the runway, and then that's it. One of the reasons that this airplane was difficult to detect when it bounces was, if you take a look here at the nose and look underneath, look where the nose gear is relative to the flight. The nose gear is miles away. It's in fact, it's even, I think it's behind the galley. So it's quite a long way away from where the pilots would anticipate the nose gear to be. So when you're lining up, for example, you go literally over the edge of the runway and then turn in and stuff like that. So it's got its own challenge there. But why this is important in terms of bouncing an approach is when you first touch down and you bounce, because you're so far back up, you don't realize you've bounced. Maybe you feel it, but you don't realize you've gone back up in the air, and your nose starts coming down, and you expect that this is a normal derotation, but no, what's happening is you're slamming it back down, and then boom, big problems. I think it's happened twice, maybe three times with the MD-11. There was a FedEx narrator that's quite famous for it, and there was a Mayday episode about it as well. So that's one. And that's what we need to look out for, especially in Kaitak. That short, that turn, the turbulence from the terrain, from the buildings, and we're obviously maintaining a high speed. It's a high stress approach. We still need to get there at the end and finesse the plane. And nothing smooth, just nice, um, firmly planted stop. That's it. That's what the MD-11 demands. Yeah. Am I gonna try grease it? Absolutely. Am I gonna bounce it? Hopefully not. But yeah, that's essential. That's the essential gist of the MD-11. Muted. I'm not muted. Do you think I'm muted? Can you all hear me? Can you guys hear me? I hope you can. Oh, the ATC. The ATC is not muted. The ATC is just slow, let's say.
Malaysian 25017, contact Lumpur control 126.1.
Let me see if I can't turn it up for you again, if you feel like it's a bit low.
126.1, Malaysian 2517.
How about now? Can you hear the ATC better now? You should be able to. All right. What about the ATC? Okay, I hear you 5. Super. In fact, now that's funny. Let's make him say it.
Malaysian 7-2 Heavy, radio check.
Malaysian 72 heavy, reading you loud and clear.
That's not great, reading you loud and clear, because then you end up teaching the young ones incorrect phraseology. You know, I mean, we already have pilots these days
Singapore Center, Malaysian 89 heavy, flight level 360.
who love the call sign 67. 67. Anyway.
Malaysian 89 heavy, Singapore
All right,
Center,
folks, I think it's time for a break. Doesn't necessarily need to be a long one, but I'm gonna have to charge my iPad, and we'll come back to it with a cup of coffee. Just give me about 10 minutes-ish, maybe less, and you can leave the stream running if you like. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna have a nice showcase of the airplane flying about, and I will return to your screens shortly. ATC is gonna be running. I'm gonna leave out of here, and you can enjoy the MD-11 for what it is. And I'll see you all just now.
Jet 855, Singapore Center, expect Nixon 5 Bravo, runway 25 right.
Expect the need 25 Bravo, runway 25 right, via Jet 855. Bravo, runway 25 right, ready for descent, VietJet 855.
VietJet 855, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Descend to 7,000 feet, VietJet 855.
Xanadu 379 Heavy, contact Lumpur Control 132.6.
Contact Lumpur Control 132.6, Xanadu 379 Heavy, bye-bye.
VietJet 855, contact Ho Chi Minh Control 120.1.
Center on 120.1, VietJet 855.
All right, thanks for waiting, guys. So we back. Turns out I can't actually have any coffee today. I need to take like an afternoon nap because I'm gonna go to work later in the evening at some point, perhaps. So I left you here with Beyond ATC. Did anything special happen? I don't think so. I think we're still a Singapore Center with not much going on. So what we can do in the meantime, what can we do in the meantime? Not much really. I mean, we're getting closer to Vietnam. And honestly, that's really about it. There's not much to report here on the Western Front. Let's see what time we expect to be. Estimated time over. At 11:54 UTC. So that's going to work out to my time a little bit late. Oops. Maybe I haven't planned this out appropriately. Gosh, I'm going to be awake all night. Anyway, estimating 11:54. That gives us another 2.5 hours of flight left to go. I genuinely thought there was going to be like 2 hours of things to talk about on the MD-11, but I guess not. We can look for things. I mean, I was going to look for to figure out how much oxygen there is on the airplane, for the pilots at least. And for the life of me, I still haven't found it. This looks like emergency shut-off valves. When you have fire, you just
Cathay 734 Heavy, flight level 350.
pull it down, you know. LSAT, that's the augmentation computer, so it's like a early version of the fly-by-wire systems that you'll probably find on the Airbus families and the 777s and all that stuff. So basically what LSAS does is you leave your airplane. It does it, I think, up to 30 degrees of pitch or something. And no, maybe it's 30 degrees of roll, 10 degrees of pitch. So if you're somewhere around there and you let go of the yoke, the horizontal stabilizer trims automatically for you. So that's why when you move the stabilizer, the plane goes and says stabilizer. So as long as you fly it within a nice, safe, sort of comfortable flight envelope, she'll just let you do it yourself. She'll just go, okay, cool. He seems to know what he's on about, and we'll just trim it out for you. But if you start touching the stabilizer, she goes apeshit. She's like, stabilizer motion. Good. The next thing we're looking for is still the oxygen. How do I know how much oxygen is on board for the crew to use? Is it maybe here on the flight? Well, there's no flight engineer, but maybe it's on this. I do wonder what this panel is. Why is this guy sitting this way? I'm not saying it's a bad view. I mean, look at that. Nice view. A really nice view. Huge window. But it's pretty shit if you're a line checker. Your neck is going to be strained. I wonder if these are some stuff that you can pull. I got myself the full edition, so it's got like the failures and everything loaded in. So yeah. Meanwhile, hey, let's take a look. Let's see if there's anything in the cabin. Let's see if maybe we can't go and explore. Oh, it does open. Oh la la, plush and red, very red. 222. Not modern standard, obviously, but honestly, the cabin looks really good. Looks pretty good. I don't know about the red though. It's not my. Let's see. Okay, we can go in. Big bonus. Can we open this? Unfortunately, no. Can we flush? Ah, no. Toilet paper hung correctly. That's good. Here we go into economy. This is where I spend most of my time. Look at that. All the way to the back. So this reminds me of the two cabins that a 777 has. So I do think it's a bit smaller than modern 777s, eh? No IFE. These are the good old days when you just entertained yourself with your thoughts. Does this open? Oh, it does. All right, and a lot of things that you can mess around with. Can you open the door from? Somehow I don't feel like dealing with it. I think the attendant panel was supposed to be fully functional. That being said, I don't know how it works, so we're going to leave it. And this looks like the standard torch that you find on literally every single airplane. At some point, we're going to have to move away from those, don't you think? All right, don't let anybody in. And let's see what we're missing here. So, oxygen, where are you? Battery direct bus, right, emergency AAC bus, okay, agent discharge. Overhead switch panel integral lighting. All right, don't care about those at the moment. AP fire evacuations, GPWS stuff. Yaw dampers, upper yaw damper. So all of this should be on auto. I'm not going to touch all these flight controls computers yet. Dark in flight, which means things are okay. Nothing. Cargo fire agent manual test. All right. It's where you connect your microphone. Obviously, you do your oxygen test there, as you can see. But how do we know we've got enough oxygen quantity? Nothing. There's nothing that sticks out to me as obvious for oxygen quantity. So that leads me to believe that it's okay. That's brake pressure. Maybe the oxygen is hidden somewhere on the other side. No. So that leads me to believe that it's got to be hidden somewhere within the computer. So I'm going to go ahead and go through all the pages again. Status. Engine, hydraulics, electric, air, config, miscellaneous, maint. They're all good. Engines obviously didn't have it. We were looking at it for a long time, so it's obviously not there. I don't see why oxygen would be hidden in hydraulics. Not there either. Elec. No. Air. This is where I thought it would be hidden, but I can't seem to find a crew oxygen. Cabin's great. The outflow valve is modulating. Fuel. Definitely not there. This makes me nervous, the seeing it low, but I guess it makes sense because it flies so far away and it's just like a short flight, right? So it's probably nothing for it. All right, guys. I mean, I really don't know where it is. Like, I can't figure out where I can find crew oxygen quantity on the MD-11. Might be just a maintenance function. It's not a great time of the day to go live streaming, obviously, because none of you are online. I feel like flight sim is such a Western Europe, North American, excuse me, Western Europe, North American sort of hobby that there's not much going on here in East Asia. All right, folks, just give me a second, please.
Singapore Center, Vietjet 814. Good afternoon. Flight level 330.
Vietjet 814, Singapore Center, radar contact.
All right, guys, here I am. I'm back. So, in terms of things that are going on right now, I think it might be best at this point to stop the stream for a bit, and we'll come back in about an hour and a half, an hour 45. We'll carry on with the stream at that point. You can follow obviously on YouTube, on Twitch, and we'll commence we'll carry on with the stream from that point. Just got a few tasks to take care of, in and around home on a day off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do those, and we'll come back to you probably just as we get closer to Hong Kong, so we can prepare for the descent, and we can talk a little bit about Hong Kong itself, Malaysia Airlines, and then we can go into VR, and we can start our approach into Kai Tak. So that's going to put us, I think I said we're going to touch down. Well, let's go take a look again, just so we have the right numbers. The plan of the flight, the flight plan, has us arriving into Hong Kong at, let's go back the other way, 11:54 Zulu. So let's say that we'll be here at 11 Zulu. No, I think that's a bit early. 11:30 is stop or drop. So let's say we'll be here, yeah, about 30 minutes to chit chat, maybe 15 minutes. Let's say 11:15 Zulu. We'll restart the stream, and then I guess I'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys then when you join. Thanks for joining me for the departure. I hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll definitely see you for the entertaining arrival into Kai Tak. Fingers crossed everything stays good. So until next time, thank you. Well, until shortly, thanks.
Malaysian 72 Heavy, Ho Chi Minh Control identified.